What's going on? Chris Bushman back with NFGL Live. Hey! And we're back in the, sort of cozy chair here. Getting ready to play some Guardian War on the 3DO. So we are back at it. Better yet, we are now using an optical drive emulator for the 3DO. So instead of having sort of the weird load disk stuff that could happen from either some backups or just CD drive going out, we have a bit of a loader here for all the disk images. One thing I ask, if there's any kind of weirdness in the audio volume for how I'm talking, let me know. We're trying out a very small mic that's sort of sitting out at the side here, and I don't have the most confidence in this picking me up. If it does, cool, but it might not. So, yeah, let me know if anything needs to be adjusted. But otherwise, let's jump into Guardian War. So I think how this works is I use A to add it. And then is it P to start? Yep. And what's really cool how this works is for at least the disk emulator, you actually set up a queue of disks. So if you have a multi-disc game, for example, you just load it up in the queue, you can go flop through them. Or if you're kind of feeling like playing different games throughout the day, you can do that. It's kind of nice, makes it convenient. Well, actually, it won't work if you're trying to do any other kind of disk loading, just because the way the 3DO works, it resets when it detects the drive being open or a new disk being put in. So, what is cute, however, is because we are now loading off of a disk image instead of relying on any kind of latency from the CD itself, we can see what happens to the cinematic when you're at full pretty much accelerated speed on the 3DO because of doing what was it, 480p, I think, or was it 240p, whatever it is, where you don't have the latency built in from before. So before you would have like a lot of skipping going on because it was like, oh no, I load the disc for this part of the movie and stuff. But now, there's no latency with that. It just goes. So you get to enjoy the Guardian War intro at way too fast a speed. Perfect. And let's do it. So I have a current interest in trying to go back to a battle I've already won and seeing if we can level up a little more. I think there might even be some like increased difficulty places that I have skipped that might be handy to go back to if I can. So if I recall, I think that one there is really hard. I think we tried it last time. Let's... Oh, what is it? What's my... Here's the map as a whole. We're a shop. I got a lot of gems. There's my menu. Okay, so let's look at where we're at with dudes. It's been a while since I've looked at this. Also, how you doing, Sam? Doing good? Living the dream? So we're almost leveled up with Birdman there. That's with the sickle. I think we might be fully leveled up on Priest with him. Iron. We're still leveling up Ninja. Bow Knight. I think he's fully leveled on that. Yeah, work on Samurai with them. And for me, we'll work on Paladin. That's right. And we got our Golem. Or we got our monsters. Perfect. So, I guess first let's try the super hard area to see what happens. I suspect it's going to be way too hard, because I believe that's what the deal was last time. What was it? Is it L and R? Yeah. It's 10 enemies. Okay. Let's see if we can, like, flank the enemies a little bit. Oh. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. Okay. What do I have to work with here? Thrust sword. What kind of range do I have for my stuff here? Okay. Well, bomb. What about shoot? Out of range, okay. I'm gonna let him come to me there. We're going to finish moving. Holy light. Oh, nice. What'd you do to make that happen? Let's stand back here with you. Got our animal friends showing up to the party. Okay, these guys might be a little more underleveled than I thought. Capture device boot and swap the cable to the monitor. That's one way of doing it. Okay, so far the enemies in this area are pretty easy. Chest is empty, that's fine. I might leave him to some of my weaker guys. I want my Birdman. Yeah. There we go. Okay, right on. Well, I mean, good news is things seem to work. And hey, we're getting all of our stuff fixed tonight. Ain't that great? That is fantastic. I'm feeling gutsy. I feel like we can get this guy. Whoa. Oh, Birdman's got it. Excellent. 10 AP, perfect. I'm glad to hear the Mac Pro is, oh. The OSSC is so picky, man. You know what I mean? Did I really, like, beat this area or something? Maybe that's what this is, like a place where you can grind. Which I don't mind, especially for, like, Birdman to get him, like, up to a decent level for his job. Because he's been, like, difficult to level up. No, that's good news, dude. Also, the soundtrack is awesome. Get him, Birdman. Get him! Get him! He can take the hits. He's tanking right now. Yeah, dude, it feels good having this area cleaned up again. So I can actually, like, competently play and stream things without moving a bunch of junk around. So much easier. Hands down. Danger, danger. Danger, danger. I'm also glad to hear that Con McRae is just awesome on your system. Oh, can we get a level up on him yet? Ugh. That'd be really nice. Danger, danger. Oh, you didn't max out graphics. Oh, snap. You got so much more headroom. Like, here we go. Like, I assume my bottleneck's gotta be GPU. There's no way that my bottleneck is CPU for my Mac. No way. And there's certainly other cards I could probably flash to put in there, but at the same time, meh. I'm not. That's not what I'm looking to do with that system. There's certainly games I'm looking to play on it for myself, but certainly not to the degree of, like, trying to do anything crazy performance-wise. Like, in my eyes, it's already going to be kind of performant as it is. Also, the fact that at least my my Power Mac is, you know, a lower model overall, and just the headroom is going to be. I don't have any upgrade paths really beyond doing, like, some hacky things with a GPU, and, like, at this point, it's good enough. I'm fine with running, like, 800 by 600 with games that may not be super awesome. Yes. Well, that's basic level. Dang it, that's not bird level. Yeah, Clay, where are you at with this? Close to level 5 for Birdman. Close. I mean, tonight we might have some grinding going on. I know, at least for some of the weaker classes, they are a bit behind. And that's a bit of a pain, especially for Birdman. Like, having just a sickle is really rough, but the movement is awesome. Let's see here. Boop. 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 And we gotta start finishing some of these games too, because we gotta start getting ready to go back to Knob. Which I'm thinking what I want to do with Knob. Heck yeah, 7800 GT. That is not a lightweight card. That's truth. Danger, danger. But yeah, one thing I want to do, I think, for Knob, feeling inspired from that one YouTube video, is do kind of what you're trying to do for Soulstar. Do like a strategy guide series sort of thing with it. Partly to increase my understanding of the game, partly to put a nice player's guide out there in English for folks whenever they choose to visit the game again. Because I feel like digging through streams to learn that really sucks. Did you just take my kill? Well, dang. Yay. Well, at least it gave me a place to grind. That is nice. And it kind of gets me... it's like a weird warm-up, too, where I can get used to the game again. Every time I put this game down, I get, like... And, you know, certainly, see if you have a similar experience. I get, like, weirdly anxious about strategy games that I put down because of having to try to relearn them. Yes! Okay, we are now level 5 Birdman. Fantastic. And, like, granted, I remembered some of what I wanted to do with these characters before, just because I've looked at it enough. But, like, the big thing for me is trying to remember how the leveling system works for the classes, since I was really not on top of it before. So Samurai and Ninja we're focusing on right now. Paladin, we can let slide, because honestly, Paladin's pretty strong. But I get like a certain anxiety of like, oh man, I have to remember how to do this now, and all of that. It's because it's just not like... I haven't played enough games with job systems to really feel super cozy with them. Oops, actually I want you. So there's partly that. Behold, ninja. But then, you know, just having to put that work in and be like, oh, am I going to have a terrible time playing this now that I have to try to remember it? And I usually end up trusting Guardian War, because every time I've come back to this game, it hasn't been hard to pick back up, and it's always fun. Like, this is a quality game. Straight up. Yeah, Ninja level 2. Let's get it. Like, I get the same way with Madden, even. In other sports games. Because, again, it's like... The older Madden games, I don't get it with. Because they're pretty simple to play. But you get to, like... the new Madden games, where you have a lot happening with control schemes and stuff. And... I'm like, oh, I need to just spend some time with this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick it back up, and it just slows the whole process down for myself. Mostly because I just don't sit there and play it for a bit. Colin McRae's like, yeah, it runs good. Yeah, this mech is awesome. So next up is going to be Doom 3, sir. You realize. Hey, you ever get like that? You ever have like games that you get kind of I guess in a way discouraged of playing, or at least get a certain anxiety from having to pick back up because of that potential ramp up you may have to do? I mean, heck, I didn't realize that these areas were for grinding. Like, there's so many things I just ignored before. And that's what I meant. Doom 3 more for just benching. Yeah, definitely not like... You have 1.5 million systems to play Doom 3 on. I feel bad for not finishing a game. I got you. That makes sense. I certainly have that, like, the whole backlog of games in the back of my head of, like, oh, especially if it's a good game. Like, it used to be where it was any game I wasn't touching or playing I'd feel pretty bad about. But now it's more of just good games. I'm like, oh, I could be experiencing this right now. Or Andy Chronicles. Oh, yeah. Mega Man 64, Andy Chronicles. And those are long games, too. Like, those are commitments of games. And just kind of seeing the work, especially with Alien Chronicles, like the work you put in for it to understand it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a bit of a want and desire to finish that fight just to sort of justify that learning and really having it stretch its legs. Yeah, like, I think Andy Chronicles would be... Ooh, Rayman 3... Okay, yeah, that's a good candidate for Mac Pro in this. I like it. You're just like 1080p all the way, baby. Let's get it. That's what we're doing. Yeah, like Andy Chronicles, I would definitely be something where if I put it down and didn't play it for like a little bit, I would have a hard time getting back into it because I'm like, oh, I have to relearn it. Like, even just thinking about it, like when you've seen you play it, I'm like, I don't know if I'd ever want to try to play that right now because of the commitment of having to play it. Knowing that there would be some payoff with it. Now, I have other strategy games on my docket, like Guardian War and a bunch of PSP stuff. Actually, a bunch of PlayStation stuff, too. I ripped a bunch of it onto the PSP, but yeah, there's like a whole slew of strategy games I got, and some real classics and real bangers. And even the PS2 at Kessen and all that, but it's... I don't know, strategy games and RPGs, more like strategy RPGs than just... Yeah, you got the power back. You got real deal boxing there, sir. Kudos. Kudos to you. But... Yeah, it's like a weird relationship I have with those games because I do love me some strategy games. I find them really rewarding to play. But then, so often, kind of chicken out a little bit because the idea of not finishing and the idea of having to learn it again. Oh, and I get to finally get my guy out of Birdman and get him something useful. Oh, that's going to be so good, because I think I have the next level up for him. He's going to attack my Saber Tiger, is he? That jerk. You're the jerk. Ninja... Ninja Warrior! Oh! What's the recommended GPU for Rayman 3? Level 14. Yep. Grind up that ninja. Sure. Oh, yo, Ninja leveled up and now he gets initiative. Really? Oh, interesting. Yeah. Making time for games is tough. Being an adult's tough. I got some friends where they have a much easier cadence with that than I do. I'm like, man. Even trying to get together to do like tabletop stuff. Partly it's scheduling, partly it's just making that time. That's tough to do. I do not have an easy time with it. Let's get up to level 4, then level 5, man. Oh, level 5 ninja? Let's get it. So I'm sure I'm sure I could run Rayman 3. I'd probably need to run it at, if I wanted to have a nice and smooth frame rate, probably 800 by 600. Which my CRT also is not a big fan of 800 by 600, I found. It gets a little bit of a waviness going on with it. It's all about that, come on, all about that 1024 by 768. Like, that's really the nice resolution for that system. And I can run, like, Colin McRae Rally on at 1024